So I will be reviewing some MIPS procedure calling conventions, specifically when a caller calls a callee, who should be saving what registers onto a stack, as a reminder for why we need these conventions. Say procedure R, caller R, calls callee E. R needs to know what registers E might clobber. If R needs those values later, R should save them onto a stack before calling E. Another way to say this is which registers are guaranteed by E to not change. If E wants to modify them, E must save them beforehand and restore them at the end before returning to R. So the rule is simple. The callee, say E, must promise the caller that it won't change any registers that start with the letter S. So the save registers and $SP. So if E wants to change a save register, it must store onto a stack and restore its value at the end before returning to R. E is also, the callee is also responsible for restoring $SP's value, but $SP doesn't have to go onto the stack because, so if E is allocating some stack space, it will decrement SP. To restore it, it can simply increment SP by the same amount. So this one's neither. For the rest of the registers, the caller is responsible for remembering their values. Note that it's impossible for the callee to save RA for the caller because Zhao will clobber RA. Let's look at a slightly more specific example. We have a function foo that calls a function bar, and bar calls another function. The question is, what might the stack look like right before bar calls its function? So let's make a list of registers that foo and bar will use. So foo takes one argument, so we need A0, and it also uses T0 and S0. T0, S0. It will need to return to its caller, so it will need RA, and it will likely need some stack space, so $SP. As for bar, bar takes two arguments, so we need A0, A1. It returns a value, so that will be V0, and uses T0, T1, S0, S1. And they'll have to return to foo, so we'll need RA, and it'll need some stack space. Okay, so which of these will have to go onto the stack? So foo needs to return to its caller at the end, so it will need the value RA. So foo should store RA's value onto the stack before calling Zhao, before doing a Zhao to bar, which will clobber RA. So foo would need to save RA. Foo's caller is going to expect that S0 won't change. So before foo does anything to S0, it better save S0 onto a stack so foo can restore its value at the end. Okay, as for A0 and T0, foo may have to save them onto the stack or into other S registers if foo needs them after calling bar. Okay, now for bar, bar should also save RA because bar will have to return to foo, and bar is going to clobber RA when it does a Zhao. And it should save any S registers that will modify. So it can restore the values at the end before returning to foo. As for A0, A1, V0, T0, and T1, bar may have to save them if bar needs them after its function call.